Everything you loved about a jean and everything you loved about a trouser all in one. And I'll tell you what, you never have to worry about those kind of formal trouser pants.
Yes.
That you have to be exactly the right weight to get your little hook and eye closure. And they always either feel like they're too big or they're too small. This jean is done in the new classic stretch. So $59.95, this is brand new, very popular. We just launched it. We have 3 colors. We have the chambray, which is the lightest. We have the mid-tone. And then we also have it for you in the indigo. These are done in numeric sizes, 0 through 24, and petite, average, and tall inseams, 28.5, 31 inches, and 34.5 inches is the tall. So this is a true kind of longer length trouser jean, which you may end up wearing with a little bit of a heel or a boot or a wedge.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. I'm holding the chambray for a reason. This color was flying out the door this afternoon. These just premiered today. So these are really been very, very popular. You're gonna take a look at Cara in the chambray, but I kind of want to show you what you guys are getting. A trouser jean is a little bit of a dance between a straight leg and a wide leg. Now, I love a wide leg. I love it for its fashion. I love it for its trend. I love it for what's happening in fashion with wide leg jeans. But I will tell you something, the wide leg does not work on everybody. So what I think is really smart is if you love the look and the vibe of a wide leg, but you want something more tailored, more kind of polished, you go for a trouser jean. You can see that it's easy through the thigh, the knee, and beyond. You can see that we did this really cool darted leg. I talked a lot over the last 24 hours about pin tucking and darting, and you're gonna see this trend hit really heavy in 2025. This is like the major denim trend. All these pin tucks, these like center front seams. We showed it to you today in a couple of jeans, but this is the one that everyone was going really, really bonkers for. Now, originally these were supposed to come out of the gate at over 60 some, almost $70, and we brought the price down as an HSN deal price. So let me show you a little bit about what you're getting. The signature elements of a trouser, the first thing you're gonna notice is the trouser has a wider waistband like a true trouser. We did a really cute pull-on style with functioning pockets. We gave you, even though we did a wider waist, we gave you your belt loops if you wanna dress this up a little bit with a belt. Even though it is a pull-on, it looks like a fully constructed, fully fashioned jean. And all of this is dyed with real indigo, and this is all done by hand. All the whiskering and all the buffing is done by hand. Now, there's that incredible dart or pin tuck that goes from above the knee all the way down to the hem. It actually creates a really cool new hem at the center. So you have a little center seam. And another signature of a trouser is going to be that we have a wider cuff that gives it presence. That's how you know your trouser is different than a traditional jean, which usually has a 1/4 inch little hem.
Right.
This has a couple inches, and it just dresses everything up. Now, have you tried these yet?
I just put them on.
They're so
good.
Fantastic. Take a look at Sarah's body, you guys. You're going to see why these jeans were flying out the door this morning.
I just put these on for the very first time.
They're hot.
I was grabbing all the samples off the rack, and I didn't even have time to try on everything before the show. Look at how beautiful these are.
They're really good.
I love how flattering they are. And you know what I'm loving are these modern silhouettes. I'm loving a wider leg, a nice little change. It keeps everything fresh. It keeps everything a little bit more stylish, a little bit more elevated. I love where it gives you just like a little flare, a little kick below the knee.
Isn't it cool?
But I also love that they have a nice high waist, a nice wide waistband.
Holds you in, just trims you out. I call it the tummy tamer. And it's so nice to kind of flatten out. But look at the lift that Sarah's getting. Look at how great the thigh area looks. It's nice and easy through the thigh. From the knee down, you get that, actually above the knee, you get that dart. And you guys remember in the 1970s when like creasing your jeans, you know, created, I bought vintage jeans where the crease has been creased so many times that it's kind of faded down the crease and they look absolutely incredible. And we've actually done crease jeans. We've done, you know, forward kind of seam jeans. But this little pin tucking dart situation, you're gonna start seeing it creep into all your department stores. This is kind of like your first look at this trend. There's that chambray that I told you everyone was snapping up. Look how fabulous that looks.
I can see why.
Yeah.
There's something just really gorgeous about that. It looks expensive.
Yeah.
And designer jeans.
And it's not, it's $59,
This
you
is
guys.
a $59 jean. This is that exact same look that you'll find from many of the other high-end designers, the big fashion houses. They're rolling out their trouser jeans. These are impactful. impeccably done. Look at that cool seaming detail. That kind of brings me back. That has like a little Hollywood glam kind of era to it. A little Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn wore a jean.
It was pants. Like she was the queen of the pant. It really transformed the game for women in the 1940s, you know, with pants and beyond, obviously. And then, you know, in the 70s, it was like Lauren Hutton and, you know, all the kind of supermodels, Sybil Shepherd and all those people, Ally McGraw. The trouser is a beautiful denim silhouette. If you have played the game, if you've worn the skinny, if you've worn the boot cut, if you've tried the wide leg and maybe it didn't work for you, if you've worn our baby boots or our jeggings and you don't have a trouser in your wardrobe, find out what all the fuss is about. Not only is it very comfortable to wear, but it's polished. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a trouser version of a jean. And so it is appropriate everywhere and always, from your house of worship to the office to a work convention with a blazer. It's sensational. This is year-round denim. You wear it all year round. It's not seasonal. The style is not trendy. It's trend right, but it's not trendy. And you stay true to size on these. Order your true size.
I love that hem. Look at how cool that hem is right there at the bottom. So that's where you get that little elevated accent. That's where you get that little pop. That's when you know you are wearing a new look in denim. This is not last year's denim. This is not last year's jeans. This is 2025. You know who you are if you're the fashionista. You know who you are if you're like, I want the latest and the greatest, and I want something that looks smooth, that looks polished. But what I love is it's still very wearable. We're not asking you to try something extremely, you know, that's way out of your league.
There's no bells and whistles. There's no embroidery on this. You just get, you know, what I love about this kind of pin tuck, it's a detail that anyone can wear. You don't have to be, you know, super fashiony to wear the pin tucking. The pin tucking just really creates a leaner leg line for you.
See where it starts?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
There's a seam. These must be so impossible to make. You have to have,
and look how smooth they are.
They have to have just the right amount of gathering there, but it doesn't have a pucker, it doesn't have a pleat. It's just this beautiful, cool seam that is super elongated. I mean, talk about legs for days, and you couldn't even try to make a hem like that.
And look, did you see the front of the hem too? It creates like a triple hem in the front. So you guys see that it has 3 points of kind of hem here. And I want to show you this really quick. If the camera could just follow my hand, it starts as a dart, okay, and then it becomes a denim seam, like the seams on the side of the jean. So do you guys see that? So this is Sarah's not joking when she says this is quite a process. So it starts as a very narrow dart, like you would find on a blouse, and then it becomes a denim seam, a third seam. They are so cool. And I would say they're cool to look at and they're beautiful to look at, but when you see the fit and you feel the fit and you see your body in these, sensational. Sensational.
All right, so let's talk about our gals. So let's start with the chambray. Are we losing sizes in the chambray? We're good. However, chambray is the most singular popular color in this jean. Also, it can be a little dressy in that chambray too. It can be icy. You could wear that with cream. You could wear that with ivory. You could wear that with leather. You could wear that with lace. That would look so cool with like a fabulous espadrille. But it would also be like boho chic on the weekend. So grab that chambray. That's on Cara. Cara, are you wearing the 4 tall? Too tall. She's wearing the too tall. She is too tall. She's too tall to model for DG2. All right, then we've got Kenya. Kenya's in the indigo. Are you wearing the 18 tall? So she's also in, again, the tall is 34.5 inches in the inseam. Then we've got average at 31, petite at 28.5. We're getting really, really busy. Angie, the mid-tone, that is such a pretty color. It's a good one. Not all mid-tones have that kind of depth of blue.
Yes, this
Some look kind of washed out.
I love
that
that you
has a nice, rich kind of Mediterranean blue.
It's bright. It's like perfect for the season. So while it has a little bit of a vintage element, you can see the joyful, it's like a very joyful kind of blue. Some of our midtones are a little more down and a little more vintage. This one is really exactly like you said, like an oceany kind of blue. And you guys, just so you know, these are real indigo. The hardest, most expensive way to dye jeans is with real indigo. It's a very thick dye. It's a plant, and it's created into a dye, and it comes in big barrels. They do it, you know, speaking of Japan was like the quintessential, the denim makers. They still are the #1 most exclusive producers of denim in the world, and they still make it by hand. It's incredible. But if you've seen indigo dye, it's a long process because it takes a long time for the color to saturate the fabric. So once you get these and you wear them, they're going to break down to your body like a real, true jean was intended to do. too. So it's really exciting.
They have a nice feel to them.
Very soft.
They're not thin. These are not like thin, stretchy pajama jeans. This is like a serious premium denim. If you put these out in front of me blindfolded, I would guess these were like $180 jean.
Easy.
Like if these were on a table, and I'm talking about just a mid-tier department store, the one that's, you know, near the car dealership in my neighborhood. And I just like, oh, I'll just like swing by and see what they have. The jeans on average, $180, $220, $240. This is that quality, and this is that amount of detail. You do not find jeans like this out there at retail for $59.95. You're gonna get boring, you're gonna get basic, and you're not going to receive this quality of the denim that wears so well, wash after wash. And I will always say, when you make a great investment in denim and you love that jean, you will wear this several days a week.
Well, yeah, and you got to get a couple colors.
That's what happens,
so
right?
I always tell people, like, when I find something I love, I'm a boy shopper.
I never fold them.
No,
they never go back in the closet.
They lay on the bench
they're
or
on the
chair.
back of a chair, or they're over a bench in the bathroom. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just wear that jean again.
And by the way, you're not supposed to wash your denim that much. Like real denim, by the way, you know, that started out very dark and like breaks down to you. The way that denim molds to your body and breaks down to the creases of your body is by you wearing it a lot without washing it. So you shouldn't have to launder your denim very often. It's an incredibly durable fabric. This is about 70% cotton, so it's a cotton-rich denim, 4 inches of stretch. And by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but our new classic stretch is starting to feel a lot more like virtual stretch. We have been working for the last couple of years to make new classic stretch softer, stretchier. Right out of the box, you get that smoothness that you're used to. So we have made leaps and bounds. You know, when Diane retired from on air here at HSN, she retired classic stretch, which was the first fabric she ever made for HSN. And she named this new classic stretch. That was like her parting gift to us, you know, naming new classic stretch. So new classic stretch is exactly what it sounds like, a premium update to Diane's original denim that we kept here for like 13 years. It was that same fabric, and then we really updated it. It's incredible now.
The more I wear these, the longer I've worn these. I've actually worn these only 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm already totally obsessed with this jean. And I'll tell you, I don't know, do you guys feel the same way? And I'll tell you why. Does the waistband not fit better than any other jean out there? You know what happens when you have a traditional jean? You have the gap. Right? There's a gap at the back, or you feel like I'm wearing a belt, but then it's all bunchy and it doesn't fit my curves. This is like the perfect rock your curves, walk like a babe. In these jeans, you're gonna have the best little booty lift.
And it looks new. You said it, right? Like it looks new, this silhouette.
Yes.
And I said that if you've worn the boot cut.
This is a hot jean.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. If you've worn the skinny, it's not going anywhere. But if you don't have a trouser in your wardrobe, you're kind of missing out a little bit, because when you need to do something a little extra, when you want to go to a date night, when you want to go hang out at like a, you know, the kids theater, you know, performance at night, when you're going to go see someone from the office, you're going to have a girls weekend, or you're going to go to like Mother's Day brunch and you want to be sexy and cute with the family, or the class reunions and the weddings and the barbecues and the
these are your bougie jeans.
These are your bougie jeans without the bougie price, and you don't have to wear a heel to make them look good. But I will tell you, they look darn good with a heel.
I bet.
But they look hot with a heel. You don't have to wear a heel.
They almost fit like a glove. I mean, look at this. I can obviously put my fingers in here and there's great stretch, but notice how it comes back. Nothing is like folding over the sides. It doesn't have that weird kind of low hip thing where you have the muffin top and then you have the side handles and you're wondering what to do with the skin on the back of the hips. No, everything just fits like a glove. In fact, even over through the top of the hips and through the side. Look at this. I'm wearing the 2 tall, I believe, also same size as Cara, but I still have tons of comfort. And yet you have a smooth jean. You have a beautiful shade of colors to choose from. Here's what's happening. We're selling hundreds of these every single minute. So if you want a beautiful designer premium jean for less than the price of you know, running to the grocery store and taking a friend to lunch, $59.95. I spent more on burritos today.
I was just gonna say something.
I took 2 of my dear neighbors to a famous burrito place.
That's hilarious.
And we got all the accoutrements.
You're taking things out of my mouth. I ordered Mexican food on like Postmates the other day, and it was like $60. I'm like, and I order Postmates and those things way too much. And I feel like I could like fund a small child for the amount of money I'm paying on food delivery, right? And I was just thinking that I spent like $60 on Mexican food the other day.
Right,
I mean,
it happens.
It's crazy. So look, we love this jean.
You could have
it's not only cute, it looks great
chips
on the
and
body.
queso,
Yeah.
or you could have
a
a really nice jean.
Yeah,
yes,
hopefully you get
and you know
both.
what? What I love about DG2 jeans, this is not about being the exact same size every day. We know that just isn't possible, no matter what shape you are, no matter what size you are, no matter where your curves are. Your body changes throughout the day. I'm a different size when I go to bed as the size that I woke up in. I'm like, what happened? The waistband, you know? It's all those little changes every day, every week, every month. This accommodates you, but I will tell you this. If you have ever had a waistband that does not fit, it's either too wide, it doesn't follow your hips and your curves, and doesn't give you a smooth finish, you would love, love, love this jean. So let's go through the colors really quickly. I'm wearing, are we calling this one? Mid-tone. So if you like the highs and the lows, and you like that beautiful kind of rich, gorgeous sapphire blues and that wonderful shading, and again, that hemline is just to die for. Love
so hot.
everything about it. And then we have the indigo.
Deeper, richer.
A little deeper in color, but also still great, still has character. That is our indigo. And then over there, we've got our chambray.
Chambray is super hot. We have gold stitching. That's the new thing. We moved our chambray into gold stitching. It used to be, when Diane was here, it used to be more of that like ivory stitching. And I saw this big, you know, couturier doing gold stitching on their chambray. Now we do it on almost all our chambray. And it looks incredible.
Okay, you're gonna love your body in these jeans. And you know what? If you don't love your body, it's not you. It's the jeans that are out there.
And if you don't love them, send them back. We will,
That's right.
We will happily, with a hug, take them back. You're good to go.
We have free exchanges, and we'll send you the right color and the right size, and we'll throw in some chips and guac along with that.
Yeah, I'm so excited for all of you. This is a good one. Good
and when
jean.
we come back, our big surprise,
Yes.
it's finally here right around the corner. Don't go.